Hello again, I've got another little film for you. This film is about the Dart Valley Railway in Devon. I believe it's now called the South Devon Railway, by the way. When I watched the film, to be quite honest, it amazes me how I managed to do it, because I did the whole thing in a day. I was down on holiday. I have a wife and our young daughter. She was only a year old at the time, and heaven knows I managed to do it because I had a great big tape recorder, a reel-to-reel tape recorder, a battery operated thing, and a basic cine camera, and I recorded all the sound and the pictures, and then when I got back home, of course, I put it all together using an editor, and I wouldn't fancy doing it now today, and it's so much easier with a video camera, isn't it? Anyway, I've rabbled it on enough. Let's have a look at the film.
The Dart Valley Railway was first opened on May 1st, 1872. Although constructed by an independent company, the line was worked by the South Devon Railway until it was amalgamated with the Great Western Railway some 6 months later. The line runs from Ashburton to Totnes, some 9 miles away, and with most of its regulars turning to private transport, the line lost its passenger services on November 3rd, 1958. Freight traffic, largely based on a good trade in cattle, continued until September 10th, 1962, when even this last vestige succumbed to road competition. It seemed the end of the line had been reached. The first news that the line might reopen appeared in the Western Morning News on September 26, 1962. This mentioned that a group of businessmen were working on a plan to reopen the line. It was then that the unique character of the Dart Valley scheme became apparent. The railway had certain special features. It is easy of access by road and rail. It is almost in the centre of the most popular holiday area in the country, and it traverses one of the loveliest valleys in Devon. This, coupled with the undoubted attraction of steam trains in the country, made it reasonable to assume that there would be no lack of passengers. The Dart Valley Light Railway Limited, a normal commercial company, was formed, and negotiations were started with British Railways to purchase the line. Although the formal transfer of the line to the company did not take place until 1969, it was possible for visitors to inspect the locomotives and rolling stock. Indeed, in 1968, 35,000 people came to see the collection. On May the 21st, 1969, the Dart Valley Railway was officially opened by Lord Beeching. Before the trains could run, considerable work had to be carried out on the line. The keys or wooden blocks which hold the rail lightly in its chair had to be replaced in their hundreds. These had been prized by the local inhabitants as firewood. Rotten sleepers had to be dug out and replaced, and the level of the rails had to be adjusted. Then the undergrowth had to be cut back. The Dart Valley is exceedingly fertile, and at times the bushes and shrubs that were invading the track bed seemed to be growing faster than they could be hacked away. Roughly halfway between Buckfastleigh and Staverton Bridge, the Totnes Road crosses the railway at right angles and then immediately passes over the River Dart on a beautiful old stone bridge. Staverton Bridge Station has been completely restored by volunteers. It is the smallest station on the line. Its signal box has an interesting history. When the passenger service closed in 1958, a local vicar purchased the box and used it as a garden shed. During the rehabilitation of the station, the vicar was approached to see if the original building could be brought back. Fortunately, he agreed, providing an equal-sized shed was erected in its place. This, however, proved difficult, as the dimensions of the signal box did not agree with the standard-sized shed, and one had to be extensively modified. I hope you have enjoyed this film and that you too will visit the Dart Valley Railway in the future and see for yourselves how a small private railway can run efficiently and still make a profit.